So in this video, we're going to find out how much of the excess reactant is left over. In a previous video, we found the limiting reactant to be oxygen, and so that quantity is going to limit how much product we can produce. Now what we're trying to find out is how much of that 10 grams of hydrogen will actually be consumed in the reaction. So our basis is always the limiting reactant, so start there. So we've got 32 grams of oxygen. We'll convert that to moles. And you may already have a number on your paper there when you work a problem. You may already have moles of something so that you can not necessarily have to go back to the beginning and start with grams of oxygen. So first step, we're just going to get back to moles of oxygen. And then now we're going to trade moles of oxygen in. Now I'm going to hydrogen. Okay, so we're going to get the mole ratio from the reaction. So I've got a 2 in front of the hydrogen and a 1 in front of the oxygen. Now let's keep going, and let's, instead of stopping at moles of hydrogen, let's go to grams, since I know the amount we have available. And so molar mass 202 for hydrogen. And so we're going to get, when we do the math, let's see, we cancel the units. Grams, grams, moles, 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 moles. I end up with grams. Always check your units to make sure that you end up with the units that you want. And so that is grams of hydrogen. And we will need 4.0 grams of hydrogen. Now, tricky thing, I have two numbers related to grams of hydrogen on my paper. And so what I want to do is I want to label these, okay? And so I'm going to go up to the top and say, this is available, right? Because that's what I started with. And then this is what? I like to call this needed. Needed for what? Needed to react with my limiting reactant. And so that amount of oxygen will consume 4 grams. So the easy part is what's left over. I had 10 grams. I need 4 grams. What's left? I've got 6 grams of hydrogen left over. We would call that excess. Okay, so the way you find the amount of excess is this. Find exactly how much you need to react with your limiting reactant, and then subtract that away from the amount that you had available. And that's how you find excess.